Hey church, today we continue in Acts chapter 20, verses 6 through 12 in what is to me one of the funniest passages in the Bible. We're going to be introduced to this young man named Eutychus, whose name means fortunate, but we're going to quickly see that he had a little bit of an unfortunate event happen to him. But to set up, Paul and his guys, they have left Philippi and they have arrived in the city of Troas, where they're going to stay a week. And on the first day of the week, they gather together to break bread together. They're going to have a meal. And as any good preacher does, Paul sees this as an opportunity to speak. And also we know that he's leaving the next morning. And so again, as any good preacher does, he's going to try to get in as much as he can get in this time frame. And so the Bible tells us that he speaks until midnight. Now, Luke, who we know to be the author of the book of Acts, Luke gives us this detail, which maybe we skip over, but I think it's so funny. He tells us there are many lamps in this upper room where they are gathered. And I think the reason he's telling us this is to set up what's going to happen to Eutychus, basically saying, how could anyone fall asleep when there's so much light in this room? Well, poor Eutychus, this young man, is sitting in a windowsill, and I can just imagine being him in this moment, probably like we've all been at some point as a little kid in church, and you're trying hard to stay awake, and maybe you're dozing off, and you're catching yourself, and that's probably what he's doing. But eventually, as the Bible says, Paul keeps talking and talking, poor Eutychus just falls fast asleep, and he falls into such a deep sleep that he falls out of the windowsill down 3 stories. And when he's picked up as dead. Now, Luke, being a physician, gives us this detail that he is dead. I mean, he gives us his opinion. He's clearly dead. And when Paul gets there, the Bible tells us Paul embraces him and says, hey, don't be alarmed. Don't be worried. He's actually alive. And when they see this happen, the Bible says they all go back to this upper room where they break bread some more, and Paul continues to speak, this time until dawn. Now, we see the hand of God at work, obviously. We see a miracle happen in this boy's life. He's known as Eutychus, as fortunate, and even though this was an unfortunate event that he falls to his death, he was very fortunate to be healed, to be resurrected by the power of God working through Paul. Now, usually in these devos, I love to give you some kind of challenge or takeaway. And to be quite honest, the only takeaway I can think today is, hey, be grateful we got a God who has the power to heal. But secondly, don't fall asleep in church. And that's all I've got. Have a great day.